Writing is a lonely profession, particularly for those who are just beginning their journeys. People from very different backgrounds turned up to our first meeting. Singapore is a melting pot of nationalities, and they all seem to want to come and talk about writing and their experiences of doing it, whether professionally or trying to break into it at the same time as doing other jobs or raising children. The story of Rojak, our book, began a year ago when New Zealand best-selling author Andrew Few came to give a talk to our members. Andrew's memoir Purple Heart tells of his experiences growing up as a Samoan in New Zealand and having to undergo 6 open heart surgeries. Purple Heart is taught on the school's curriculum in New Zealand, and Andrew now works as an educator and motivational speaker. Andrew was the inspiration behind Rojak.
The futuristic design struck her as ostentatious, a little like Singapore when she first arrived, but it only took one stroll under the blooming cherry trees for Amelia to change her mind.
My father had come to Britain as part of the Polish resettlement corps shortly after the war, and our mother had moved over from Ireland to train as a nurse around the same time. All 5 of us were born in London, but when my lungs could no longer take the pollution, we moved to a small village in the countryside.
But in avoiding her eyes, he found a fascinating world at her bare feet. She had tiny feet and she painted her toenails. Sometimes the toenails had faded polish. Her toes would do a dance as if they were embarrassed to be at the center of attention.
His casa truly was your casa. So I spent many weekends the last summer I lived in England at his Edwardian home and in his warm company, dining in the sunny, south-facing, genteel garden. Somehow, in each other's company, we found an unconditional acceptance and understanding of the depths of each other's despair, and in that understanding we found healing and a firm friendship.
She's got 2 kids, boisterous kids, and hubby, or maybe is it 3? Yeah. Yes, and in spite of that, she took it upon herself to start this group. So without this group, I wouldn't have started this journey to having a short story being published, and only because of Alice. So thank you very much.
I'm ridiculously emotional about it.
She tied the broom strands in a bun at her nape with a rubber band pocketed from her madam's house. Flattening the palms of her hands against her flower camise, she ironed out the wrinkled rough cotton, as though stroking a dog. Her children had left the school an hour earlier. She had since washed their aluminium breakfast dishes in a bucket and scrubbed a pile of clothes on the concrete floor of their one-room home.
It's one thing to be lonely in my room, but quite another to feel so outside for all the world to see. Back home, wherever I may be, the comfort of knowing that family is just a phone call and a cab ride away makes a world of difference. Mama often tells me she's just a phone call and a plane ride away, but it's really not the same.
By reading an extract in the middle of the story, what's happened is Amelia has received a letter from her lover ending the relationship. She's very upset about this. She stops drinking in the middle of the day, and her husband is off out on the farm, and so she's all by herself in this house.